Hello and welcome to Snow Day Yoga. It's snowing on the day that I'm recording this practice, and I wanted to do a practice that was really specific to the feeling that a snow day can sometimes bring. So, when it's snowing, many businesses and schools shut down. There's not as much traffic outdoors, so there's a greater sense of stillness in the world. And today's practice is going to include some gentle movements, a few standing poses, and we're going to end in a supported restorative position to help cultivate the connection to that deep sense of stillness, which can be so healing. The busyness of the world can often keep us very overstimulated, can activate the stress response, so it's important to find regular times in your life to connect to stillness and to allow the nervous system to shift into that deeper, relaxed state. So we're going to begin today's practice reclined and on the spine. So I like to keep a very low blanket going across the center of my mat to support my low back. And then you can take a yoga strap or something that resembles a yoga strap, like a regular belt or scarf, out to the side. And we're going to come down onto the spine. As you're arriving here on your spine, you might pick up your feet and hug your thighs in toward the ribs. I usually like to just let my knees fall apart just a little bit. Feels just a bit better on my hips and low back. You can do a little rocking across your lower back. Play with the positioning of the knees and the thighs so they can come closer into the ribs or farther away from the ribs. And eventually, you can let your feet come down to the floor, point your knees up to the sky. Allow your eyes to softly close. Feel the back of your body release down to the earth. The weight of the back of the pelvis, the shoulder blades, and the arms, and the back of your head. Notice how the movement of breath impacts the belly region and also the pelvis. So the pelvis will gently move and rock as you breathe in and out. Just become more aware of these subtle movements that happen in the body as a direct result of breathing. We're going to add in a pelvic tilt movement. So as you exhale, you're going to allow your pelvis to draw under, kind of like you're tucking the pelvis under. You're going to feel your belly draw in, and the small of the back might gently press into the mat. And then as you inhale, you're going to rock your pelvis the opposite way. So it's going to feel like you're sticking the buttocks out toward the floor. And as you do that, the low back lifts away from the floor. And then as you exhale, draw the tailbone under. Notice the gentle tone in the belly, the gentle press of the low back toward the earth. And inhale, roll the opposite way. Stick the buttocks out toward the floor. You might even notice your chin kind of tucks a little bit in toward your chest as you roll your pelvis into that, what's called an anterior tilt. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under. Feel the belly engage. Inhale, roll the pelvis forward. Feel the buttocks almost like it's sticking out toward the floor. Let's do that one more time. Exhale to draw the pelvis under. And then inhale to roll the pelvis forward. Feel the low back lift away from the floor. Inhale, come back to neutral. Press into your feet and pick the pelvis up away from the floor, maybe 1 or 2 inches, and just kind of sway the pelvis right to left, just a little bit off center. But this motion of lifting the hips away from the floor is going to bring a little bit of engagement to the lower back muscles. Take a breath in, find center, and then exhale, lower the pelvis down. You can open your arms wide out in a T. We're going to do a little rock here with the knees. So as you inhale, the right knee is going to stay pointed up, but you're going to let your bent left knee open to the left. Now your right knee might pull just a little bit to the left, but primarily the focus is on the left leg. Now we're going to switch sides. So as your left leg comes up to the center, allow your right knee to open to the right. And then pass through the center and allow the left knee to fall to the left. And let's do this shifting from side to side a few more rounds. Feel the weight of the arms releasing down as you do the motion with the lower body. We're going to do one more to each side. And then we're going to allow the knees to point back up to the sky. You can bring your arms down by your sides. Again, we're going to do that low bridge lift. So press into your feet and elevate your pelvis into a low bridge. And again, you can do that sway of your hips, just a little sway from side to side. And then find your way in the center. Pause in the center. Feel your tailbone slightly drawing down toward the space between the two knees. Take a breath in and then exhale. Lower the pelvis back down to the floor. Okay, we're going to pick up the right foot. This is where we're going to use the strap. We're going to take the yoga strap around the ball of the right foot and send the right heel up toward the sky. Going to take a breath in here with the right heel lifting up to the sky. And then as you exhale, allow your right knee to rebend so that the right thigh draws in toward the right rib case. And then inhale, send your right heel back up to the sky. As you exhale, rebend the right knee. Inhale, right heel is going to extend. We're going to do that motion one more time. So exhale as you rebend your right knee. Inhale as the right heel reaches up. Now take a breath in, draw the breath into the body through the nose. And as you're exhaling, you're going to blow the breath out through the mouth like you're blowing out a candle. Both sides of the strap are going to come into the right hand now. Left arm's going to open out to the left. As you inhale, you're going to take your right leg and open it out to the right, and your bent left knee is going to fall open to the left. As you're exhaling, both legs are going to start to draw back up into the center. Left knee points to the sky, right sole of the foot pointing to the sky. We'll do that again. Inhale, right leg opens to the right, bent left knee falls open to the left. Exhale, bring the legs back to the center. Inhale, right leg to the right, bent left knee falls open to the left. Exhale, come back to the center. Two more times. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale to come back to the center. So take one part of the strap in each hand. Keep your right heel lifting up to the sky. Pick up the left foot. Take the left foot onto the strap. Release the right sole of the foot down to the mat. Feel your left heel lifting up to the sky and the length across the back of the left leg. And then as you exhale, allow your left knee to rebend. And then inhale, send the left heel up toward the sky. Exhale to rebend the left knee. Inhale to reach the left heel to the sky. Exhale to bend. And inhale to extend. One more time. Exhale to bend the left knee. Inhale to reach the heel up. Now take your inhale, draw the breath into the body through the nose. Exhale, slowly blow the breath out through the mouth like you're blowing out a candle. And transfer both sides of the strap into the left hand. Open your right arm out in a T. As you breathe in, allow your bent right knee to fall to the right and your left leg to open to the left. As you exhale, let the legs come back up to the center. And then as you inhale, left leg opens to the left, bent right knee opens to the right. Exhale, come back to the center. Inhale, right knee to the right, left leg to the left. Exhale, draw into the center. Last two times, inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Right, slowly releasing the strap from the left ball of the foot, hugging both knees and both thighs in toward the ribs. Rock on your lower back. Maybe move the knees kind of almost in a circular motion where the thighs are hugging in and then the thighs are moving away. You can take this motion in both directions. And then we're going to bring the body up to the shape of a table. So you can rock forward and back on your spine, or you can roll to the right or left and then press the hands down and come up to table. So at this point, if you have socks on, you might want to take your socks off so that your feet can firmly meet the mat, help reduce sliding. Okay, and then as you come to the shape of the table, we'll first start with just a couple cat cows for the spine and the pelvis. So as you breathe in, release your belly and lift up through your heart. So you feel that elongation from your belly button down to your pubic bone, the opening of your throat. And as you exhale, press your hands, draw your tailbone under around your spine. Two more times. Inhale, release the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, round the spine. Last time. Inhale, release the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale to come to neutral. Put the weight into your right knee. Send your left leg out to the side. This is called the gate legs. You might walk your hands an inch or two forward. You're going to do some gate rocks. You're going to send your hips toward your right heel. And then rock your hips back up. And then find a fluid flow with the pelvis reaching toward the back of the mat and then coming back up. Last time or two. Okay, and then as your pelvis comes up this next time, let's allow that left knee to come down to the mat. And we're gonna take the blocks or just the hands, we're gonna walk out to the left. We're gonna step the right foot forward into a low lunge. So then you can bring your blocks back to frame your front right foot, or you can continue to work with your blocks to the inside of the right foot if you find that works better for your body. So we're going to do some low lunge half a split here. So as you inhale, you're in the low lunge, and then as you exhale, move your hips back, taking the half split, and then inhale, low lunge. This dynamic movement helps to warm the body. Exhale, rock the hips back. We'll take that just one more time. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half split. Inhale, low lunge. Now we're going to hold in the low lunge. So one option is to have your blocks on any height, keeping the hands on the yoga blocks. Second option is to steady the legs and the feet and walk the hands up to the right thigh. Now the tailbone is going to draw down. One final option is to take the left arm and bring it alongside the face. This is going to increase the opening on the front of the left hip. Steady the gaze of the eyes. Focusing the eyes helps to steady the movements of the mind. It can create greater stillness in the mind by focusing the eyes and increasing the awareness of the breath and the bodily sensations. Take a breath in. On your next exhalation, let your hands come down, back down to frame the right foot. And we're going to press into the left ball of the foot, lift the left knee away from the floor. You're going to take this back left foot, step in an inch or two to the left, and then spin your left heel down to the floor. We're going to come up for a version of warrior one. So keep the right knee bent over the right ankle. Inhale, start to bring the arms up the sides of the body. Now, as you come up, we're going to do a version of the pose called warrior 1.5. So instead of squaring the hips and chest to the front short side, turn the chest to the left corner of the mat. Draw the tailbone slightly down. Activate through the center of the palms and spread through your fingers. Elongate up through the crown of the head. Take another deep, full breath in here. And then as you exhale, bring your hand down, spin off of your left heel, lower your left knee down to the floor. Hands come to the inside of the right foot, step the right foot back. We're going to come to table. So you can bring your blocks to frame the mat. Take tabletop, breathe in, release the navel down to the floor, lift your heart. Exhale, press your palms down and around your spine. Inhale, release the navel down to the floor, lift your heart. Exhale, press your hands, take your tailbone down and around your spine. One last time, inhale, release the belly, lift through the heart. Exhale, press your hands and round the spine. Inhale, come to neutral. And we're going to take the right leg and send the right leg into the gate leg, so out to the right side of the room. Walk the hands an inch or two forward. We're going to begin to send the pelvis toward the left heel and then rock the pelvis back up. So we're going to take those gate rocks. Finding fluid movement in the body as you shift toward the back short side and then back up. Last time or two. Let the pelvis come up, lower the right knee down. And we're going to walk the hands over to the right. Maybe bring the blocks with you, shift a little into the right knee so that you can step the left foot forward. Now you can do the half split low lunge flow with the hands to the inside of the left foot, or you can bring the hands around to frame the left leg. You're going to take your breath in here, and then as you exhale, move your hips back so that you rock onto your left heel. Inhale, shift the hips back into low lunge. Exhale, move the hips into the half split. One more time. Inhale, low lunge. Draw the tailbone slightly down as you open across the right front hip and down through the quad. Exhale as you move your hips back. Maybe leave a little slight bend in the left knee as you fold over the left leg. Inhale, come into low lunge. You can use your hands on the blocks and maybe stay here in this version of low lunge. Engage through the legs and the feet so you feel really stable. Maybe move the hands up to the left thigh. Now you can stay here. The left hand might stay as it is while the right arm stretches long by the right side of the face. The tailbone is going to draw down. You're going to press through the right center palm and spread the fingers. Take one more inhalation here. And as you exhale, bring your hands down. Frame your left foot. You're going to press into the right ball of the foot. Lift the right knee. Step the right foot an inch or two to the right and spin the right heel down. We're going to come up for warrior 1.5. Inhale, ground down. Start to come up. So you're going to let your chest turn to face the right corner of the mat. Draw the tailbone slightly down. Allow the left knee to remain bent, and then spread through the fingers as you activate through the center of your palms. Deep. Inhale, elongate through the crown of the head. Steady exhale. We'll take one more breath in here. As you exhale, bring your hands down to frame the left foot. Spin off of your right heel. Lower your right knee to the mat. Bring your hands to the inside of the left foot. You're going to step that left foot back, coming into table. Adjust your blocks. 3 cat-cow. Inhale, release the belly. Lift through the heart. Exhale, press your hands. Draw your tailbone under and round your spine. Inhale, release the belly and lift your heart. Exhale, press your hands and round your spine. Inhale one more time. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, come to neutral. And you're going to walk your hands a couple inches forward. We're going to come into knee down plank. So knees will stay down. Feet will float away from the floor. Ankles and calves kind of wrap and hug one another. Take a breath in. So you exhale, you're going to bend the elbows and lower down to the chest and ribs. And we're going to take Sphinx position. So one way that you could take the Sphinx is actually by stacking your palms and letting your elbows go a little wide as you lift through your heart. You can also slide your elbows under your shoulders so that the upper arms are running perpendicular to the floor, forearms running parallel to one another. As you anchor your hands down, anchor the tops of your feet down, and feel your heart draw through. Take a breath in. Keep drawing the tailbone down. Another cycle of breath here. And as you're ready, we'll come to the shape of the crocodile. Let your elbows go wide if they're not already. Stack your palms if they're not already. Bring your forehead down. You can sway your hips from side to side if you want a motion that's a little bigger. Bend your knees, drop your heels in toward your buttocks, and then sway your lower legs a few times from side to side. Eventually bringing the tops of the feet down to the floor. Take a deep cycle of breath. As you exhale, feel your front body release and relax down to the earth. I find this pose to be one of the best poses to connect to quietude and stillness. Turning the front body to the earth draws the senses internally, making it just a little easier to stay with the focus of the inhalation and exhalation. Okay, we're going to come to the shape of child's pose. So if that position and the body doesn't work well for your knees, you could always stay here for a few more rounds of breath. Otherwise, you're going to slide your hands under your low chest and press your body up. And then you're going to take your knees a little wide, bring your big toes together, and then let your sitting bones reach back toward your heels as you stack your palms. And you fold into the shape of the child's. Take your last cycle of breath here. We're going to transition. Come up through table. And then be coming around to seated position. We're going to take a supported back bend. So you could take your two yoga blocks, one on its lowest height and one on mid height. We're going to stack the yoga bolster like so that you create a ramp. Now, if you don't have these props at home, you could even place a pillow going across the mat and then another pillow or two going the opposite direction. Ideally, sort of thicker pillows, maybe pillows that you use for your couch would be ideal. We're going to bring the back of the pelvis just a little bit away from the short edge of the bolster. We're going to bring the spine down to lay on the pillows or the bolster support. Might even also have an extra blanket that you could take to cover the body. Or if you find that your chin is jutting upward toward the ceiling, a blanket beneath the head might also be very helpful. Couple options here. You can keep your knees pointed to the sky. You can bring the soles of your feet together and open the knees in the butterfly shape. Or you could take your legs out long on the mat. Like this shape helps to neutralize the effects of sitting or activities that end up closing the front body, like working on a computer. So opens up the chest, the heart. You can always prop your arms up on pillows as well. So you want to take the pose and adjust as needed so that the pose really works well for your body. So maybe a blanket under your head or extra pillows under your forearms. Shavasana is a great alternative to this shape if you find that it doesn't work well for your body. Connecting to the center heart space, feeling as though you're almost breathing in and out from the heart. The heart space is associated with qualities such as ease and happiness, joy, understanding, and love. So, as we imagine the breath entering and exiting the body from the heart, we allow ourselves to connect to the qualities of the heart. Space of the heart is also said to be a point of integration between physicality and spirituality. It allows us to feel a greater sense of integration or wholeness. Notice how your breath slows down. The longer you hold in the pose, the slowness of the breath connecting you to stillness. At your home, you can stay in this shape for as long as you like. If you feel ready to transition, you might first just start by bringing a little gentle movement into your fingers, into your toes and your feet. Actually allowing the knees to bend so that the feet come flat to the floor. If the knees are in the butterfly, bring the knees so that they point to the sky. So I like to roll my body to the left side by first moving the pelvis a little to the right so that as I start to roll, I can maintain a connection to the bolster, the pillow support. Press your hands down and rise to your seat. Prayer hands together at the heart, slight bow of the chin forward. The light within me sees and bows to that same light that exists within you. Namaste.